Hello, I'm Ray Christian with Penzars Media, home to Situational Golf. I'm here today with Kent Chase, one of the best golf instructors in the business. He's been teaching for over 30 years, has some great students, and we're here today to interview Kent, talk to him about his past, and maybe filming him in the future. So Kent, it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure for me to be here as well.
Kent, let's talk about your students a little bit. They've won everything out there. Can you tell me some of the awards that your students have won over the years?
Well, Ray, I've been doing this a long time, so I've had a lot of successful students because I work diligently on maximizing, the potential on every single one of those students' games. So my kids have managed to win LPGA Tour events, PGA Tour events, nationwide tour events. Obviously, they've won a lot of NCAA type of events. Younger people, U.S. Kids World Championships, many of those. Junior Worlds, several of those. And actually, this is really fun for me. A lot of the state high school champions over the years from many different schools are people that I made a big difference in their life by being their teacher for a lot of time, a lot of hours.
Wow, that's pretty impressive list, Kent. How do you get started with them?
Well, each one of my students, first we have to have an interview. I need to interview the player, I need to interview the parent. Actually, I like to interview the parents, if there is two, with the potential student, and we need to talk, and I need to know why these people came to me, how they heard about me, and then I need to find out what their goals are. Why are they into this sport? Why are the parent? Is the child into the sport because the parent wants his child to be a great player, or does the child want to be a great player themselves? And then we get the level of commitment, and then I know I can start putting my plan of attack together. So the first lesson is it's going to be a lot of conversation. I don't even like to charge the first lesson. I need to meet the whole family because I'm going to be a part of their life for a long time. Historically, once I start a student, I am going to be with them for years. And it's not just, hope I see you next month. It's pretty much a regular systematic approach to getting these people to high levels. So that's pretty much how I go about doing it.
So you actually interview the parents also. You must be getting buy-in from the parents. You get them involved in the lessons? Do you have them come to the lessons? I know a lot of people don't like their parents or vice versa, the kids there.
You're so correct, and I am totally 100% opposite of that philosophy. I feel the need to have the parents at the lessons, and I allow them or request them to bring their video equipment. I mean, at the Raspberry Golf Academy, at the Legacy Golf Performance Center, we can go back and forth with what we've got on high-tech equipment that we can send back and forth and communicate. Or they can have their whole lesson on their own camera, which means every word that comes out of my mouth during an important lesson, and there's a lot of important things that it allows me to say everything I want to say if I know they can review this. And these people that want to play golf for a living or want to get a college scholarship, they will go and review that. So I need the parent to come. I like them to bring their video equipment, and ultimately, it's a training process for them as well because they can become my assistant coach to the child instead of me disallowing parents, which to me it's unfortunate. Most teachers don't like that. It's an interruption to them, and they want extreme focus on just the child. But I have a teammate. Instead of somebody has no clue what I'm teaching their child, and then they're teaching the child something else because they read something in some magazine that says try this, or quick tips in whatever magazine they're reading it, or they saw something on the Golf Channel, try this, try that, and they're on that page, and I'm on a completely different page, so I need the parent there.
Let's talk about the facility you're at today. You're over at Legacy, I believe, at the Raspberry Golf Academy. Tell us a little bit about that facility.
To me, it rivals anything in the world. I mean, I feel blessed that I got to be a part of this facility. I've had my own golf academy for many years at the Raven, my Kent Chase Golf Academy at the Raven for 10 years, and then I went to Whirlwind for 3 years. And I suddenly had this amazing opportunity to be a part of this Raspberry Golf Academy at Legacy Golf Performance Center. And it was shocking when I walked in the door and got the tour. 7,500 square foot of indoor training space with high-tech equipment, anything you possibly could imagine learning on, whether it's for little shots or big shots or putts or full swing or high level details oriented things. We've got everything I possibly need to just maximize the potential and knowledge a student needs to have. So now we're able to learn like Tiger Woods gets to learn, which I think is pretty cool. Plus, we have the ultimate putting green outside and chipping greens and inside 100 yards areas, scoring shots, bunkers with 2 different types of sands and soft or firm, so we can learn how to go play in Florida, or we can learn how to play in Arizona.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. So and there's a lot of slopes and undulations, so we're not just hitting off flat lies all the time. And then there's a VIP room, and there's I don't know, I could go on and on, I guess, but realistically, you'll never beat this facility.
Can anyone go over there, Kent?
Oh, of course, yeah, it's open to the public. You can actually join. There's a membership available, so you can have complete use of all the facilities, but general public is totally welcome. Once they come, they're hooked. I mean, just as much as I'm hooked.
We'll take and we'll put the contact information, not only yours, but the facilities information also on our website, so viewers can contact you regarding this. Kent, you've had some great opportunities. Let's talk a little bit about your teaching philosophies. I've over the years I've heard a lot about your philosophies. They're different, they're innovative, and they work.
My philosophy is now that I've got the goals and now I've got the parents involved, I need to be involved in what's it going to take to maximize the potential of the student and to see if I can get these goals. If it's just a dream, I can figure that out pretty quick by how they practice compared to what I set forth. Then that's a dreamer.
Sure.
But there's goal-oriented people that actually do what I'm asking of them. Wow, that's pretty impressive when I got these goal seekers. Then I want to really get into the laws, the principles, and the preference. Came right out of Bob Toski's book years and years ago, and I've never forgotten it. Laws are the facts. Every one of my students is going to know the facts. They're called the ball flight laws. And I can make some really funny stories on this, but...
Well, let's hear a few.
Well, first of all, I'll tell you what they are. Only 5 things make the ball go where the ball goes. That's it. 5 things matter to the ball. The club's about to crash into it, but 5 things matter to that ball, and it responds to those 5 things. And the 5 things are the path or the direction of the force of the blow is going to highly influence where the ball's going, where the club face is aiming at the moment of impact, and its relationship to that path, obviously highly will influence where the ball's going. The angle that the club descends or ascends upon the ball highly influences where the ball's going. If we talk about it again, I'll call it angle of attack, so I don't have to say descend, ascend, but that's the facts. Squareness of contact on the club face itself highly influences where the ball's going, and the speed at which the club is traveling highly influences where the ball's going. So I want my students to know that, so the ball just doesn't go somewhere. They could actually gain knowledge, and then as we go along as a student in the future, they learn how to critique their own ball flight instead of, oh my gosh, that's just another bad shot, or why is my ball going left? Why? Once they gain enough knowledge about themselves, they can understand how to be in charge of critiquing their ball flight instead of, oh great, another bad day coming today, that type of attitude you've seen a million times. Principles, those are the fundamentals. There's 5 categories that I teach, and I think everybody would agree with these, there's no dispute. Pre-swing, how do I start in the right place? It could include grip, alignment, posture, ball position, and whatever else matters, centeredness, all these different things. And it could be different per person, although I want everybody to hold it quite reasonably correctly, and I want them and to repeat that, and to posture it, and to ball position it in the right place for them, and there's reasons why that could be different, plus there's reasons it might mean different places for different golf shots. So basically I'm going to get them category 1, pre-swing, start in the right place. Category 2, I'm going to get them to the right place at the top. Long story, but there is a really nice place, a proper place that one should come from. And if I can get a person starting in the right place and then go to the right place, basically, and I can talk a lot about what that right place is, but to make it easy for the purpose of this, I'm going to get my person in the right place. that means they're coming from the right place. So they start in the right place, they put it in the right place, now they're coming from the right place. So category 3 would be the initial move of what could be called the downswing or the forward swing. So the initial move started down, stuff happens. There's a way the weight transfers, there's rotation, there's all these different things. So initial move of the downswing is category 3. So I start in the right place, put it in the right place, so I'm coming from the right place, and I started down the right way. Now it's category 4, the way through. A lot of different things happen on the way through, which could include compressing the ball, shaft angle, release, pulling the left hand down where the body is, blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on the way through. And then we go to category 5, the finish. There is a finish point. So ultimately I can get a person to start in the right place, put it in the right place, and go to the correct place and repeat it at a particular pace, tempo, or authority level. Thus, they're going to repeat their ball play. It's pretty cool. And that's just full swing. I mean, we got chipping, putting, sand play, we got all these other different things. But category 1, pre-swing. Category 2, backswing. Category 3, initial move. Category 4, way through. Category 5, finish. Laws, principles, and preferences. Oh, preferences. Right out of Bob Toski's book. I'm finishing up on this topic. Preferences are things that you do because you choose to, because you feel better that way. It's a pressure-packing moment. There's spectators everywhere. You see a TV camera on you, and you need to feel good, so you start milking it and gripping it the way you like it. Not the way you learned, because this is a big, exciting possible moment, and you got people, okay, now you're backing off. Your posture is sloppy because you didn't forget. You have knowledge, so it's a preference. You must like it that way. Your alignment is back to that again. We've already talked about this. This is the 5th week in a row we've talked about this. And I've seen you 10 times during this. I mean, why are we talking about your alignment again? Now you got the bad grip plus the bad alignment and your posture suffering. I thought we had a setup that's going to repeat. Boom, boom. It means we need a better pre-shot routine. So we're going to be non-believers in preferences like Tiger Woods. And we probably have a hope to succeed. And all of a sudden you got these players just climbing right up the ladder. Boom. It's pretty cool.
So, I didn't realize that you had a psychology and a physics degree on this. So, wow. I could see that we could spend a lot of time here on this, but it's obvious where you're coming from. You've been at this a long time.
Yep.
Let's talk about your history. How'd you get into golf, Kent? I mean, wow. You must have paid attention.
Wow, it's pretty interesting actually because we moved here from Chicago. My parents brought us out here. I was 7, and my dad had never golfed in his whole life in Chicago, but somehow when we got to Arizona, I don't even know how, but for some reason he started golfing. And there was 4 boys in our family, there still is. There's 4 boys in our family, and we all had an opportunity to play golf. And for some reason, I'm the kid that liked it. I have no idea why I liked it, but I did. And plus I got to be with my dad, so that was cool. So I get the father-son thing, and they're doing their own thing, so I got to be with my dad a lot, so it's pretty cool. So somehow he got me set up good. He was not a golf teacher, but he read a lot of books, and at least he got me a good grip and some knowledge and pretty good swing playing, and then he'd have words of wisdom along the way, and then eventually allowed me to have teachers when he saw I was wanting to pursue this in life. Somehow I started playing a lot of football, baseball, basketball. I'm too little. I'm playing these other sports, loving it, so golf wasn't really my major thing, even though I was getting good at it. But somehow I started beating these kids, and I decreased all the basketball and football and baseball, and started focusing on golf. And got into gymnastics, which didn't hurt anything. It got me some strength that I never had, so I actually could hit the ball farther. But anyway, that was my start, and that's and the rest of the story is pretty crazy too.